Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We are back playing some more Farming Simulator 25 back here in Huron County, Michigan. So, let's get the map loaded in here. Alright. So there's the status of the farm. We got our silos built. I got one harvester silo built. I needed to get at least one built. Got our shed built. We've got a nice little trailer to lay our head in, sleep. I mowed all the grass out here, so we got a lot of merging and baling and picking up bales and stuff to do today. I've been doing some contracts. I think I've got one still. Yep, still got one plowing down there in the south. Should be a pretty decent payout for that one. Over to active. Yeah, as soon as that one's done, that's 181,000. So he's down there plowing right now. But today we're going to get the chaff in here. Good screenshot right there. Windmill in the background. The chaff machine there. Alright. Good morning, Fuzzy. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Twitchy. This thing takes a little bit longer, doesn't it? Now that it's a 16x map. I think it's going to get even longer in the long run. So, yeah, got all the trees cleared out there where we're building the farm. Alright. Let me unfold the header. See, now I'm gonna put this on that. Do a couple rounds. Okay. Well, actually, there's where the equipment we left down there yesterday. There's grass down on the south side down there. The merger should be in place. Yeah, we left it down here. So we need to merge that first. And then we'll bale it. And then we'll pick up the bales. And then I mowed over on the east side, this kind of northeast long strip over here. So that'll have to be merged and baled and all of that. And then I guess we can move on to the yard. Or if you want to do the yard in between and then move on to the northeast, we can do that. Set up my lines. I did that already, didn't I? Yep. Alright, we're making some chaff. Yeah, probably start down there, down on the south side, and then if you want to do the yard next, you can, and then move up to the northeast. I've been working on some tree work down there where the starting farm was, and then need to start working on, we got another farm that was down there kind of southeast of here. Need to start working on those trees. I can do that later though. I think the number one thing right now is to get this chaff in the fermenting silo. That's crazy. Did you guys see the news? The breaking news? Well, it was breaking news kind of late last night. The third attempt to assassinate the president happened last night. So, kind of crazy. 3 times they've tried to do that to him. Crazy watching the videos of them taking the people out, taking the vice president, well, the president, the vice president, all of your top people were there. So the Speaker of the House was there, what's his title? I can't remember what his title is. I don't think he's the Surgeon General. I think he's like over the FDA and all that stuff. Kennedy, whatever his title is. I bet Twitchy knows. Somebody out there knows. I don't know what his official, I can't remember what his official title is. You had a lot of celebrities and a lot of news people. So it was the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I think they have that every year. Well, I can't watch it being dumped into there. This is where I wish we had like the cameras, kind of like on the Mercedes trucks. Wish we just had a camera that we could put on the screen in here that I could watch the dumping part. I can see the shadow of it though. Morning, Adam. How's it going? Going good. making some chaff for the harbor store silo we built. Probably gonna build some more of those. We made quite a bit of money on just, I guess, our windmill income. Turns out we own 5 of the windmills out there. So, I don't know what income that would fall under, but we went from, I think, just around 100,000 maybe to 250,000. So we made like 150,000. Close to it. You know what? I need to put my cruise down here so that doesn't lurch forward. as soon as I get back up to that corner up there, I'm gonna swing over to the shop and get some silage additive for this silage tank on here. Yep, those saves hurt. On a 16x map, they do hurt. Let's see, where did my pallets go? There they are. I think it only takes one, maybe half a pallet. Yeah, to fill this up. The tank is not that huge on this. It's not like the Chrome baler additive tank. So it's gonna burn right through it pretty quick. I don't know if it's bigger on the, maybe like the Kloss or something like that. I think it's got a tank on it too. Good morning, Papa C Farming. How's it going? We're cheffing. Trying to get some chaff put in our new harvester silo over there. Keeping an eye on my chaff volume there, fill volume, and the silage additive tank. And probably gonna come back up this little pass here and then hit the shorter end of the field over there and then come back and do these long runs. By that time I should probably have to go get some silage additive, if not before then. Got a guy out there doing a plowing contract right now. Looks like he's about 25% done. Got all the trees cleared out over here, so this all was trees out here. Built our bale shed, our silo, our vehicle shed back there. Got our harvester silo there. But all of this back here behind the shop was trees. Got them cleared out. We're sitting good with wood chips. We'll have a pretty good wood chip sale. I need to probably go ahead and invest in another truck and trailer, because right now I'm using our only trailer. I think I'm just going to get the same trailer again, same color, same length, same volume, everything. So that way we can, you know, just haul multiple loads and have these trailers for when we need them. It's not an open server. It's just me and Fuzzy in here right now. But it is not a open or dedicated server. Do I remember what the damage paint mod is called? And the fuel that you have. I don't have any damage paint mods. I don't think I've ever had that. There might be something in the mod hub. You can go in the mod hub and search for these things now. Just hit search at the bottom and you can type in like damage or paint. I'm assuming it would probably come up under one of those. As far as the fuel goes, I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, is he talking about Simple Inspector down there? Okay, so yeah, you're talking about this down here in the bottom left corner. That is called Simple Inspector. It shows the speed we're going, the fuel, the field we're in, who's in what they're in, their field levels. Yeah, that's Simple Inspector. It's basically, you know, the original mod was the Inspector mod back in the day. This is a different version of that. This is, you can make the text bigger, you can change the colors, you can add, you can remove. It's got a lot of different settings you can change on it. But it is in the PC only in-game mod hub. Simple Inspector. Oh, he's talking about the two little things up there in the top right. That's part of the, I believe that's part of the EV mod. Enhanced vehicle. That up there is. If that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that's part of the, if you'll notice down here above the speedometer, where it shows my heading, and then it's got some different icons there. It's got a track there, it's got a little steering wheel. That is part of the enhanced vehicle mod. Got that from GitHub. That is not in the in-game mod hub. To my knowledge, I don't think they put it in there. That is the yeah, enhanced vehicle from GitHub. I think I have referred to it in the past as the EVS, the Enhanced Vehicle System. I don't know where I saw that at. Maybe that's part of like the long title of it or the long file of it or something. But basically, yeah, it's the EV, Enhanced Vehicle. Just Google Enhanced Vehicle FS25 and GitHub, and it should steer you to the latest version of it. I think there's still just the one we've got, which is, I think, the updated version. Unless there's been an update since I downloaded this last. Yeah, go to GitHub. That's where it's at. How do you spell GitHub? I don't remember. You can probably just find it. It'll probably, like, GitHub will probably show up in your search results when you type in FS25 and enhanced vehicle. GitHub, GITHUB. Oh, there's a save. Yeah, there's a few trees out there on those borders that we're gonna take out on not just the south border, but on each border. The north border, the south border, the east border, the west border. There are some key trees, not all of them, I'm not gonna take them all out, but where it's kind of flat there and where the trees come out towards the road, kind of trim those back. So I'll be working on those. All right, I'm at 95. So I'm gonna go dump this load into the harvester silo. Go ahead and get this running, and then any excess that won't go in here we'll put into the just the main silo system back behind it. Alright, which one? That one right there. So now we just need clover and alfalfa. I don't know that there's any alfalfa fields out there. I've seen some clover fields out there. Don't think we can really afford any. Maybe that one up there would be the smallest one, I'd say. That's 712. That one's 1.1 million. How much is that one? Yeah, that one's 1 million. I think that one I clicked on might have been the smallest one. Let's see how much these are. Yeah, that one's 800,000. 1.2 million. Yeah, as far as current alfalfa or clover fields go, I'd say that one up north. There's a nice one over here where we already own some areas. So we already own all this. There's a soybean field over there too. But that's kind of expensive. 1.4 million, and then the soybean field is 1.4. There was a corn field down there, but I kept an eye on it, and I think they harvested that. They probably chaffed it like we're doing with our corn. Come on, load up. There we go. Yeah, they harvested that. So there's the soybean field still left over there. 1.4 million for that clover field. It'd be nice to have that one because we already own the field beside it. Alright, let me go refill with some additive. Can we join? The way you get to join is if we have to know you. We have to know that you're going to be cool. And the way we get to know you is you have to be around for a bit. Got to get to know you, make sure you're going to be cool. So yeah, just hang out in the chat. Stick around for a while. And then we kind of get to know your character that way. I'm just going to say hippie. Thank you for that raid. Welcome in. Doing good. Maybe hippie souls. But yeah, looking at the areas that Fuzzy's talking about down there. Fly down here real quick if I can get down there quick. It's a 16x map. It takes a minute to fly across. So if you didn't see these areas that we're working on, basically there's this whole big grass median kind of that goes along the border of the map. So the trees that stick out like that, some of them stick out further like that right there. And when we go in and try to mow and merge that or rake that, they get in the way. So I think we're going to come in and probably take out quite a few of those trees. And then probably what I want to do is go in with a plow and plow it up, maybe with a either a 12 or a 24 meter swaths down through there. And then we can either replant grass, we can plant clover, we can plant alfalfa, we can plant whatever we want. We can do corn. We can plant hemp down there if we want to. We can plant mustard, you know, whatever we want to put down there. But just get it to where it is a pre-made thing. I'm thinking the more logical thing would probably be either grass or one of the special crops like alfalfa or clover. That way it's something to go towards our fermenting silo, and we can start making silage and stuff from that. Oh yeah, there's a there's a lot more grains for the in-game crops now, and now if you go to a modded map like this one that we're on, there's a ton of stuff. And there's other maps that have different things. I think what you're probably seeing is a lot of this crop will be crop that comes to the in-game crop roster in the future. I'm pretty sure hemp's not going to be one of them. I'm pretty sure tobacco is not going to be one of them. We have both of those here. But you can definitely count on, I would like to see peanuts. I would like to see the maybe the lentils, the spelt, millet maybe, triticale. There's all kinds of possibilities that they can bring in. So the list is long. Oh no, there's a save. It's saving when I went into the menu. It's going to take forever. I hope I don't crash. Come on. I'll pull that up in a minute. I love it when I hit those menu saves. So going over to the crop types, start from the bottom, because that's where all the custom stuff starts at, kind of. So there's onions, we've got hops, millet, lentils, clover, tobacco, field grass, I still don't know what that is, buckwheat, mustard, lavender, peas, I'm thinking that's chickpeas, the beans, I still don't know what that is, alfalfa, linseed, hemp, summer barley, summer wheat, triticale, rye. Forgot about the rye. I think rye would probably be one of the top contenders. Spelt, and then you have all your in-game crops the further up you go this way. So there's quite a few in-game crops. I was actually kind of shocked that they brought rice in. All right, we'll be around. Morning, Steven. How's it going? Hey, he found it. Woohoo! Everybody raise a husk of corn and wave it in the air. Whee! He found the, he was looking for the enhanced vehicle mod. Somebody was asking about the Brooks chipper yesterday, and I don't even remember where I got that one. I found it somewhere out there. I want to say it was on an itch.io. I don't know if it was the original mod author or somebody that converted the old one. Gonna lean probably towards the latter on that one, but I want to say that it's the original, like, mod, or maybe not the first one, but, you know, the original one from 22 that we had, just converted over. You found one? Was it you looking for it yesterday? I'm always very, I try to be very careful where I download the mods at. There are some sites that I would just absolutely will not use and download from. And some of them, you know, it's kind of like you have to take a, you know, basically say a prayer and take a leap of faith on them. Depending on, you know, how bad you really want a mod. But if there's any part of it that seems, you know, sketchy, or if it's got a lot of pop-up stuff, or, you know, you kind of get the vibe of like, I don't need to be here downloading stuff. There's some sites out there you're like, yeah, I shouldn't. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. And then there's some mods that you take a look at and it's like, and even on itch.io, you know, there's a lot of mods on itch.io that I've downloaded and tested, and I'm like, well, that'll be a great mod. I get the mod in the game, test it out, and it didn't work. Kind of like our Ford tractor, that I got that from itch.io, and the version before the one we have now, you could not refuel the Ford tractor. The TW30, you could not refuel it. But now there's a new version of it out there, it's 1005, 1.0.0.5, that specifically in the changelog says that he fixed the refueling, I guess, trigger on it. So you can refuel it. Yeah, if it was from GitHub, that's probably it. Because that's where we got ours. And I'll tell you, if you're already a member of the Puma Plow community, and you're in the Puma Plow Discord, Jeff and them have set up a great page full of mods. There's a separate, not page, what's the right terminology? Is it channel? There's a different channel in there just for Farming Simulator mods, and they post a lot of them in there. So good morning. Making sure I'm reading that right. Good morning, Kiwi Gaming Tiger. That is, that's a great name. I like that one. Kiwi Gaming Tiger. I gotta ask. How, where, how, what, why, when, and where? I mean, the name. How did you come about the name? In my brain, I'm gonna say, okay, you live on an island that's inhabited by tigers, and also kiwi is grown there. I'm probably way off. They probably live like off somewhere in the desert or something. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing about a lot of the mods is that a lot of them are PC only. You got Simple Inspector, that little thing we use down there in the bottom left. That's PC only. You've got the Enhanced Vehicle mod that we use. That's PC only. The Brooks Chipper that we use. That's definitely PC only. There's a lot, and even with the in-game mods, like the in-game mod hub, you can click on a button in there and it'll show the crossplay mods, which means both PC and console, and it'll filter to just the ones available that are available for console and PC, or you can show all mods, or restrict it to just console. What am I trying to say here? You can restrict it to where it's just the crossplay mods, or you can do just the PC only mods. Or well, you can do the I guess it filters it to PC only and crossplay mods. So some of the mods you might download might not be available for console when you download them. Yeah, crossplay, Lord. Courseplay, auto drive. There's a lot of the, I think the mods like is the Swathing Plus mod. Is that a PC only one? I think that one is, maybe. Your favorite animal is a tiger. I like the liger. It's kind of it's a lion and a tiger. If you've seen Napoleon Dynamite, you know exactly what a liger is. It's a liger. It's pretty much the best animal ever. I think my trailer is I don't know. It almost looks like it's kind of dragging to the right a little bit. Maybe it's just the angle that I had the camera at. Yeah, I think the rice mod that we have is also one. Gosh. The autosave that we have is one, I'm pretty sure. That allows you to turn that on, and then it will save in the background to whatever the in-game autosave is set to. So if you have your in-game autosave set to 10 minutes, it will automatically save every 10 minutes. If you don't have that particular mod, you still have autosave, but you have to go into the menu for it to save every time. So if you're just playing the game like this right here and something happens and you haven't been in the menu for a while, then you'll probably not have that save. The only thing with that mod is you can feel it when it saves. Especially on a 16x map. It's not as bad on a standard size map. But boy, you can feel it here when it saves. I think we go down to like 0.3 frames per second when that thing hits. Dude, I need to get me some of these gloves they're advertising. They're called rescue gloves. And you can, I mean, it's kind of like oven mitts. But I think they're better than oven mitts because this guy has had this guy's got his hand on a grill. So they're outside grilling. He's got his hand on the surface of the grill and he hasn't moved it off of there yet. Ooh, they come in American flag style too. RescueGloves.com. I need to remember that. So you can grab like the grill rack out of the grill. If you have a griddle rack in there, you can grab that too. I need some of those. RescueGloves.com. Tonight on Rescue 911. That was a great show. I remember we used to watch Rescue 911, and that was hosted by William Shatner. And then we would watch Unsolved Mysteries, hosted by, what was his name? Robert Stack, I think. That was very, very terrifying as a young lad, watching Unsolved Mysteries, especially when they did the ghost stories. You didn't really think about it too much when they did like the unsolved crimes and stuff like that, so it's like, you know, it's just a crime. But you start seeing like the legends about the ghosts and, you know, UFOs and stuff like that. That was some scary stuff. Just the music, you know, and the guy talking, you know, was enough to scare you. And then I think Cops and America's Most Wanted were in that same kind of block area there. Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Great show. I miss all the shows from my childhood and growing up. I miss Pat Sajak, man. Wheel of Fortune is just not Wheel of Fortune without Pat Sajak. The Price is Right is not The Price is Right without Bob Barker. It's not the same. Jeopardy, I didn't watch too much Jeopardy, but Jeopardy's not Jeopardy without Alex Trebek. Jeopardy always made me feel kind of like the educational system was failing me. They asked some hard stuff. Like, this river flows through Tanzania and through the town of Uglockenstein. And you're like, I do not understand a word you just said. And then somebody in the thing will answer it. They're like, what is the river? And I'm like, correct. I'm like, what? How do you know that? Unless you've been there or you just studied the encyclopedia. So yeah, I didn't watch too much Jeopardy. I could guess some letters with Wheel of Fortune. And I could guess the prices on Price is Right. But when it's kind of a essay question like Jeopardy, no. And I could always tell you where in the world was Carmen Sandiego. I knew where she was. I always wanted to go on Guts, Nickelodeon Guts. It was like American Gladiators for kids on the Nickelodeon channel. You had Guts, you had Double Dare, you had Legends of the Hidden Temple. There was another one. What was it called? I remember back in the day they had one called Funhouse. I think they had another one called like Supermarket or Shopping Market or something like that. And then they had one called, maybe it was What Would You Do? I want to say there was something called Family something too. Not Family Feud, although that would be a good one to go on. The one show where the new host is better than I think any of the original hosts. Steve Harvey, he was made for that position, hosting Family Feud. So, I'm watching the replays over and over again of them, you know, surrounding the president, and it's all Secret Service, and these military police guys and actual looks like military police maybe. I'm assuming they're probably like SWAT or something. But there's also a woman in a not really white, really like a silver sequin dress. Is she an undercover like thing or what? Who is this woman? Because she's in the dress and she's like one of the people immediately like around him that's like, okay, it looks like she's shielding him kind of. So she's not like a bystander or something. I don't know who she is. Maybe she's an undercover something. I don't know. She definitely wasn't wearing like, you know, armor or anything like that. She's wearing a sequin kind of, what do you call the real shiny glittery are they sequins? Am I saying it right? Is that the right thing? Sequin / rhinestone dress? I don't know. But it's weird because she didn't have a gun or anything. She didn't have she didn't have any armor on. I don't know. Good morning, Steelzy. How's it going? Can I see a tour of the farm? And what map is this, if you don't mind me asking? The title of the map is in the what do you call it? The stream title. Huron County, Michigan, 16X. So it's a 16X map. That's pretty much our farm that we have built so far. We're in the process of building it from scratch. That was all trees out there. So we cleared the trees out, we cut the grass. Fuzzy's out there merging the grass right now. We're going to bale the grass, put it in our bale shed over here. And then we're going to build even more. We got plans to build a dryer system over there, a refinery, and then probably some more fermenting silos. And probably some more sheds, maybe. Am I forgetting anything? Anyway, this is going to be our farm. Decided to do it there because the lot, when we got it, it had, just the trees on it. So we have all the wood chips there that we can turn around and sell. And it's right behind the vehicle shop. So if we buy a new piece of equipment, we ain't got very far to drive. Ooh, is today Talladega? What time does it start, Sean? Talladega's got that big, long, straight stretch on the back. I always loved when I played, what was that? It was the NASCAR 98, I think. Back on the original PlayStation. Used to love racing at Talladega. "3 p.m. Eastern," so 2 p.m. here. Okay. Yeah, that's our farm over there. We own a few fields. Here's the PDA of the map. So this is a 16x map. It's pretty big. I don't know what else to say about it. It's big. Normally we play the standard or 4x size maps. But this one is definitely a lot bigger. It's a 16. But yeah, Huron, County, Michigan. Originally it was made back for Farming Simulator 19, and then I think it was brought to 22. It has been converted to 25 here by G-Man 72. Alright, I'm just about out of silage additive. So I'm going to go ahead and go dump this. Alright, I think we're full on the chaff, so that means we gotta put this over here. So, as of right now, we've got 12 million liters of wood chips. And then we're dumping some chaff in there. And after we bale this grass and get the bales up, we will probably be doing a little bit of gravel work in here. Oh, gonna get some bad weather there. Yep, been there. See, did our plow guy get finished down there? Think so. I slept like a baby. I was so tired from cutting all that grass. Yeah. Cutting and baling. I don't know who's up watching Puma Plow. I slept like a baby, my friend. Cutting grass. I'll probably sleep like a baby tonight. I was cutting, cutting chaff, cutting corn, making it into chaff. Now the TV could have been on Puma Plow. I've usually got that going, especially on Saturdays. Saturdays has always been farm day over at Puma Plow. But as I'm getting older now, and oh yeah, older. I tend to I'll eat my pizza and my snacks, and once I kick my feet up, and if I ever press the other button that lets the back of my recliner back just a little bit, if I hit that 45-degree angle, I'm probably gonna pass out, and I'll be snoozing before too long. It doesn't matter what I've got going. I could have, you know, the worst scary movie, or which I really don't really do scary movies, or the most action-filled action movie, and I would still pass out. That happens when you get older, though, I think. Morning, Big Al. How's it going? Good morning, Queen of Dragons and Wolves. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. About to finish up this cornfield here, cutting it for chaff. Put in our fermenting silo over there. And then probably gonna do a little bit of baling. Alright. So, I'm going to take my first break, and we will come back and finish up this cornfield. And yeah, that'll be it. So I shall return. And YouTube, you guys, we'll see you guys in the next video. Always remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you later, YouTube.